In this video, we're going to use a table of values to evaluate the limit of tan of x as x tends towards pi over 4. Since we're working with the radian measurement pi over 4 here, there's a couple different ways we could tackle the problem. We could convert pi over 4 to a decimal approximation and use that to try to help us evaluate the limit. What I'm going to do with the Casio calculator is actually use a values that are something like pi over 4 plus 0.1 or pi over 4 plus 0.01 and so on. And these values should get closer and closer to pi over 4 and help us try to evaluate the limit using a table of values. So first thing, let's make sure our calculator is in radian mode. My Casio calculator is indeed in radian mode. And then I'm going to start to program in pi over 4. So once I get pi over 4 into the calculator, I'm going to head over to the right and add 0.1 to this, and then close that bracket and do our first evaluation. We should get about 1.22. Next, we just want to go back and add an extra 0 in so that we have pi over 4 plus 0.01. And doing this evaluation gives us about 1.0202. And then finally adding in that last 0 gives us about 1.002. So it's pretty obvious to see the pattern here that we're adding an extra 0 in between the 1 and the 2. So we could continue on with this pattern. It is getting a little bit clearer to me that the limit is tending towards 1, and this is on the right-hand side of pi over 4. We do have to check the other side of pi over 4, and we can do that by updating our values for a. So here we're going to choose pi over 4 minus a little bit, and then pi over 4 minus a little bit, but make that little bit smaller, and so on and so on. So let's do our first calculation of pi over 4 minus 0.1. We should get about 0.817. Adding in an extra 0 and doing the evaluation gives us about 0.98. And then finally adding in that last 0 gets us around the neighborhood of about 0.998. So looking at our three evaluations here, it does look like if we are looking at the path that's a little bit less than pi by 4, our tan of a values are tending towards 1 as well. So overall, we should be able to say, based on our table of values, that the limit as x approaches pi over 4 of tan of x is equal to 1.